Shall I start?
Yeah, sure. We are waiting.
Shall I start now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Parastu.
Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction as well. Forgive me, this is my first time using the Sky Room. Salam, Sabah khair. Muhammad Hijas Hastam. Okay, I hope that's a right pronunciation. Please allow me to continue my presentation in English. First of all, thank you very much for the invitation by the Cultural Landscape Department of the Iranian Scientific Association for Landscape, School of Architecture of the University of Tehran, Yas World Heritage Place, and Yas Vernacular Architecture Research Center of the University of Yas. Dr. Behdat, to all the speakers, Dr. Parastu, Dr. Mohsen, and all attendees, it's a great pleasure for me to be here to share our experience and also learn from you as well. Now, let me bring and welcoming you to Georgetown, Penang, Malaysia. I would like to do some introduction about the World Heritage, share with everyone information about Georgetown UNESCO World Heritage Site and the outstanding universal value that we have and some of the work that we at Georgetown World Heritage Incorporated work on to manage the site, how we manage this important historic urban landscape. Uh, Before that, in the world map here, you can see there's already 11,121 properties in the World Heritage properties. Within there's 167 state parties. Uh, this is Iran, and then this is Malaysia. Just for trivia, if we walk between these two, it may take us about 7,000 kilometers. If we fly, it may take us about 6,000 kilometers. Yeah, and I believe Iran have around 24 World Heritage Sites, including historic city of Yas. Malaysia, on the other hand, we have about 4 World Heritage. We have 2 cultural heritage and 2 natural sites. This is the locations of Penang. So if you're familiar with Kuala Lumpur, Kuala Lumpur is situated here. So we are actually a small state. The hectares, and for World Heritage Sites, we have about 259 hectares with a population of about 7,000 in the year 2019. We are inscribed together with Malacca. So the inscription called Malacca and Georgetown Historic Cities of the Straits of Malacca. This is our site. This is the nominated property in the, and this is our buffer zone in the blue border. So outside here is like actually like buffer to buffer. Others call it of the nominated. In the World Heritage Sites, we have about 5,000, including 4 categories, which is category 1, category 2, development and replacement, which I will share with you later the identification or definition of this category buildings. To be included on the World Heritage List, site must be of and meet at least selection criteria, where Georgetown World Heritage Sites fulfill three criteria, which is criteria 2, criteria 3, and criteria 4. We will go through one by one about this criteria. So the first one is criterion 2, where Malacca and Georgetown represent exceptional examples of multicultural trading towns in East and Southeast Asia. So its successive change over a long span of time and thus complementary. You can see here, this is the one of the earliest complete map. It shows the urban morphology. You can see there's some notable examples. You can see here we have the Malay town, the China streets, the Julius Church, and also the mosque. 100 years later, about 1890s, the town become larger, become bigger. There's also a reclamation area. So this is, if you can see my scroll here, this is actually a reclamation area in that period. So there's already a development reclamation area during that time, where people mostly do the multicultural trading town. Is actually mostly like port-related business. You can see here this the morphology, how it evolved from 1798. There's a small sections, and then there's a reclamation 1803, and become larger in 1893, and become more bigger in 2010. And most of during the 2010, there's no much changes after that. This is some examples of the urban morphology that I want to show you. This is a 1798 map. It's a carry map, we call it. So it shows like the area during that time where there's already buildings, shop houses, activities in the town. You can focus on these sections and how it evolved. This is around 1940s, where you can see there's already some development happens, and there's some segregations, and there's a new road being built to help the transportation system within the city, part of Penang. This is in 2010. The roads here, and then of course you see the roof examples of the terracotta roof tiles here, and also the park. If you can see the park here, and some others. So we also work on open space to develop it. This is the new feature. This is the new feature of it, and this is actually our office, the Georgetown World Heritage Incorporated. Criteria 3, it's a living testimony to the multicultural heritage. So this of religious building of different festival, dances, costume, arts, music, and so on. You can find here one of the streets. There's quite long streets. We call it Pitt Street previously, now become two names, where you can find most 4 main religions in the world situated almost next to each other. So this street, we call it Journey of Harmony or Street of Harmony. Let me show you where it's located. So it's located here, long stretch of streets, where in the first site here we have the St. George Church, the Kuan Yin Temple, the Sri Maha Mariamman Temple, Kapitan Keling Mosque, and the Achin Street Mosque. This is some photos from our local community when we are having our festivals, and some activities that we celebrate. We also have another part of festival. We call it Chingay, Taipusam, and also the Maulid Rasul, and also multiculturalism, where our traders is calligraphy artwork, headgear maker, and of course the signboard carver. So all of them are still here. We also have the gold flower supplier, flower garland maker, beaded shoe, and goldsmith. And of course the food that we share throughout Malaysia and of course throughout the world. And it's also important here that people who are behind it, people who are preparing the food, people who are selling it, people who are making it, it's our family, it's our community, bring together and share this to our next generations. The number 4 is criterion 4. It's where Malacca and Georgetown created a unique architecture, culture, and townscape, where they demonstrate an exceptional range of shop houses and townhouses, very different types and stages of development to the building type. Mostly what we have here is a shop house and townhouses. We have around 3,000 shop houses just within these 259 hectares. This is some exceptional architectures photos that we took around the sites. And we also do some categorized shop house styles, starting from the 1790s, where the early Penang, they are Southern Chinese, early Straits Eclectic, late Straits Eclectic, Art Deco, and early Modernism. But between these 6, you can find there might be some features, extension or additional appearance between it. For example, that there might be Southern Chinese features in the late Straits Eclectic. So that's common. But we can see here most of the appearance. You can see the roof is actually made by terracotta, which is a clay. Only during the early modernism, the introduction of the flat roof being done. We also have some standalone building. For example, like you can see here, Leong Santong Ku Kongsi. Here, this one, mostly the association building. It's like a temple. Penang Peranakan Mansion, so Cheong Pat Zimin Mansion, and the City Hall, where the municipal or the local authority buildings are. There's also heritage streetscapes along, you can see here, China Street, where it shows from the streets towards the sea, towards some of the temples. You can see this is the clock tower, you can see, and also streetscapes of beach streets, King Streets here. We also have cast iron fountain in the park. Some examples of the monument that we conserve and bring it back to life. We also have the gateways, examples to category 1 buildings. It's an entrance for the heritage buildings. All right. In order to manage Georgetown UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Penang state government have developed or have established agencies, which is the Georgetown World Heritage Incorporated. We are actually a state heritage agency established by the Penang state government in 21st April 2010 to spearhead efforts in safeguarding the outstanding universal value of the Georgetown World Heritage Incorporated. To give an example, so we need to lead by examples. So we take a building. This is our building. The first time that we took it, this is the conditions. The first condition that we took it. So it's dilapidated. No one want to take it. So state government took it. We see how it goes, and then how we conserve is we look by some historical evidence like photograph that you can find here, and also building footprint, building blueprint, building plan. So this is what we can find. The photos in the plan. The plan is around 1920s. So we try to refer that and then build back that what we have then until now. And then we also do make our office as a center of excellence and also a training sessions where we do put some area where people can do some testing, open up, and we also at the moment now doing some uh, testing or studying heritage material, and also people are now introducing a new material uh, that is harmony or friendly to the heritage. So before we introduce them to public, we need to test them first. Is it okay or not? And is it can be worked on the Malaysian climate? So we test it first before we open it to public. This is my team, our team. This is my general manager, Dr. Ang, and we have around 30 staff, including our project staff, who are working tirelessly, working together as a team to manage Georgetown World Heritage Site. Our work, we have, I put a 7 category over here. Management, conservation, documentation, education, celebration, rejuvenation, collaborations. So the first one is the management. We are working together with Penang State Government and the local authority, and we are actually the local government has RP. This is where all the development plan submitted, and this is where we certified or say, okay, this development can go. This is where the technical review panel. And we also attend and be part of the committee, all this committee, which is all actually looking and monitoring the Georgetown World Heritage Incorporated sites. So, and we also develop from the dossier that we submit to UNESCO, we also develop the conservation management plan. And for the local act and regulation, we establish also the special area plan that is specifically to manage the Georgetown World Heritage Sites. So these books, I think if you can see my books here. So this is actually the main document that used to monitor, to maintain, to safeguard our World Heritage Sites. It contains introduction, a brief of the World Heritage Sites, Georgetown and Malacca, and also it's also provide management part of planning sections in Part C, and the guideline for the conservation on Part D. And now we are doing the revision for this particular document. I just want to show you some of the zoning activities that we have inside the books. So it's locations here based on zoning, control the use of land and building by zoning according its historical fabric. You can see here we put some area where actually you see first one is tourism and leisure zone. We also have the enterprise zone, all this within the World Heritage Sites. We also have the trade zone. We also have the jetty zone where you can find residential timber houses on stilt beside the sea front. We also have a financial zone and the waterfront zone here, the blue sections. And of course, the spatial zone, where it contains the highest concentration of the OUB and Category 1 buildings within the World Heritage Sites. This zoning activity schedule need to be read together with the previous plan. So we have listed down non-permissible activities and control restricted activities within the sites. This is part of our sociocultural topography. Like I said here, you can see number 3 here, the Street of Harmony. This is where the locations are. We also have Little India area, and we also have Cantonese Cultural Building Cluster. We also have the Hokkien Clan House. We have the Clan Jetty clusters and also the Trade Association distributions. This is the building category. You can see here, category 1 here, we have about 82 buildings. Category 1 is the most important, where it's actually, you can see the definitions here, buildings, monuments, objects, and sites of the exceptional interest. Where you can see here, I go back to the building, the category 2, you can see the color, pink color is almost all over the place. This is our category 2 building. Buildings and objects and sites of special interest that warrant every effort being made to preserve them. And we also have the infill development, which is existing empty land or temporary structure where compatible redevelopment is permitted. And let's go back to the map. The green one is actually the existing building without any significant value where sensitive redevelopment is permitted. So although it's a modern building, it still can be built into harmony with the surrounding, with the heritage building around there. And this one, I would like to, we just run through some of the restoration work, conservation work that have been done in the sites. So I just run through, feel free to look through these slides. This is before and after. 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 To complete all these restorations, it depends on the condition of the buildings, but for the total conservations, it may take around 1 year to complete, 1 or 2 years. There's a major changes, major restorations. This is before and after. 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 You can see this building. This is a good example, actually, how we bring back the heritage building to life. You can see here there's all these features is actually hidden in this signage. It's actually being introduced, I think, around 90s or 80s. So when the owner actually meet us, when they say that they want to actually renovate this building, so we advise them, can you open up your signage and see what happens at the back. So yeah, they agree with us. They took out and then they restore it, and yeah, we can see the heritage features actually behind that building. All right. In terms of public realm, we also provide. I'm sorry. In terms of public realm, I'm sorry, I haven't called. Yeah. Hold on, wait a moment. Let me. I'm really sorry about that. All right. Public realm. We have a proposed public realm program. Some of it is already happened on the site. We have done this in starting in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. So we start all this work. Actually, it started beyond the 2009, 2010. But, it's more become big projects. I think in 2016 until now. You can see here we have several proposed activities and some already complete. I can show you later the photos afterwards. Parks and Urban Plaza here in this section A, and section B we have the main pedestrian spine, and C is backland where we improve the backland for the public, for the people, and we also have waterfront promenade projects and potential green space. Also we put it just in case in the future we want to develop this area. Develop means not it's a concrete jungle, but it's more towards nature, how we can develop this according to the surroundings area. And of course the 5-footway in the shop houses, one of the main area is the 5-footway. This is the examples we are working now at the North Sea Front project. So it's near, it's at the seafront on the North Sea front. You can see, I can show you. Actually, this is the part D on the section D here. So currently, we are working on this. The new seawall project has planned under the North Sea Front Master Plan of Georgetown is now making a good progress together with an extended and much improved public promenade between Dewan Sri Pinang is nearby and the Port Convent.
Muhammad, sorry
Yes.
for interrupting you. Is it possible to stop your screen and share it again?
Yep.
Because we don't have your slides.
Oh, okay. Let me try. Let me share again. Okay, how about now? Can anyone see my
Yes, that's
slides? Okay. Let me go back then. Okay, from here, D1, where the area we are working on site. Completion probably end of this year or early next year. And this is also one of the projects that I show you in the app, transforming backland in Georgetown. So all this is actually a backland being upgraded in our area. Several spaces have been located, and then the connection between the backland also being planned as well. So people actually, other than walk on the main streets, they can actually walk in the backland to make it more safety. And we also put some lighting at night. And nearby our World Heritage sites, we introduced the first urban archaeological park in Malaysia. It's been launched in 2019, and during the Asia Pacific Urban Forum, we invite all the attendees to come and join in together with us. So on site is already complete, and yeah, if you happen to come in Penang, in Georgetown, you are welcome to visit here. We do also community consultations. We provide free consultations for property owner, architects, any consultants, communities on heritage building maintenance, renovations, conservation, and regulation related to World Heritage sites and other issues. Anything that for public, if you need to know more about the heritage, we are welcome to come to and join us. But of course, during this time, during the pandemic, we are only allowed for appointment based. Conservation work, we do conserve heritage building, we do conserve cemeteries and some projects. This is some examples of the heritage buildings that we help the community to conserve. It's associations, and this is also examples of grave that we help to conserve as well. So we started this in 2013, and it's almost complete. It's just that we stopped at the moment because of these pandemic issues. Plant specimen also, and the blueprint building plan, we also conserve it. We have expertise in this to help us to conserve the documents. And also the embroidery banner for the association. Conservation of cannons that we found on site. We found two last time, and then another two we found it when we do the seafront excavations. So we conserve it and we exhibit it in the location where we found it. We also do a documentations, oral history documentation. We put it in write-up, and then we establish a book for it, some books, and we put it in the various publications. For example, like this one that you see, we have some books that you can visit our website. There's several books that you can have a look. We also sell it at the moment. And actually, this one, the Sustainable Tourism Strategy document, this is a free document. You can download it in our website. We also do a video documentation for the artisan people who are doing the business, traditional trades. Video documentation for this. And we also do measure drawing for some historical building, mostly category 1 and category 2 buildings. Oral history, we record what they say, and we put it in words, and we put it in the exhibitions. And we also do education empowerment. We share our experience. We share about heritage to students, university students, school children, and even for public as well. And all our books that we establish, that we have in our sites, we provide it for free. We have a program, this is what we call cultural heritage book giveaway, where we give to schools, college, or university, all our publications. And we also do workshops and seminar. For example, this one we do timber workshop and heritage impact assessment. When you prepare a development plan, you need to provide this heritage impact assessment. And also we do like timber lime workshops for the contractors, and even for public consultant as well. This is 2019, 2020. Of course, we at the moment we don't do because of this pandemic. Not only in hotels, we also do it hands-on. We teach people how to select your lime, how to plaster your lime. Then we let them try it by themselves as well. And we also for disaster risk management in Georgetown World Heritage Site, we have these two main problems. One is fire, and another one is water, the flood. So we provide and we create two main brochures to fight for fire and for flood. This is the red one is fire, and the blue is for the flood. This is actually to help general public not to be not to be panic when all these things happen, but it shows also what you need to do. You need to be prepared, and when it's happened, what you need to do. And of course, after that, there's also some advice that these are the thing, these are the list. Don't be panic. Yeah. And of course, every year we celebrate our inscription as a World Heritage Sites. We do celebrate with the local community, we celebrate with people um, and tourists as well and public. Yeah, so this is our annual activities event, the Georgetown Heritage Celebration. And of course, also been cancelled of COVID. But yeah, probably we're gonna start and doing it in 2020. So for this 2021, we still have our plan, but probably mostly will be online version. So if it's online version, you are welcome to have a look and welcome to join us as well. You can visit our website to get updates for it. Some promotions of our festivals previously. Yeah. And we also do a heritage recognition and awards to the local for the appreciations of their work. For example, like this one, we have 4 categories. One is conservation enhancement and adaptation award. Mostly is this for physical, for the conservation heritage buildings. The other one is cultural heritage events and activities award. Third one is lifetime achievement award, and the fourth one is cultural recognition awards. And we also help the community to try to rejuvenate the heritage shop houses. This is one of the program where we provide some funding to help the community to restore back their building. This seed fund is aimed to maintain long-term tenancy by offering financial and advisory support to Malaysian owner and long-term tenants. So the targeted is mostly the long-term tenants for the conservation and repair works of premises within the Georgetown UNESCO World Heritage Sites. This is one of the examples. Currently, this project is under construction and will be completed by July 2021. Okay, so for today we are opening up another program. It's already in the phase 3. We call it Georgetown in the New Normal. So this we have 3 main program under this project, which is support local business, which we assisting local business in digital marketing, promotion, and digital transformation. Another one is heritage repair. We provide some funding reimbursement for owner or tenants of heritage premises for minor repair and maintenance. And the last uh, where we provide incentive uh, for people, communities here to show their skills, knowledge, or craft process. So this is actually open for cultural heritage. Yeah, you have seen this. You have seen this uh, photos. Dr. Parastu is here. Yeah. We also collaborate. I think this is the most important. Where we do heritage conservation or any other works, we are collaborating with other agencies. We cannot do this alone. Most of our program, we try to collaborate in either with government or even with UNESCO. You can see here we are also working with UNESCO uh, that to do some pilot projects. This is our partners also from Thailand and from Australia. And this is, I think, yeah, mostly Asian around the world, yeah, and our community as well. This is when we present it in Bahrain. Of course, this is all our all our partners that we work with, and it's towards everything. I think everyone also towards this is the sustainable development goals, and for the locals, we are Penang 2030 agenda. Yeah, I think that will be my last slide. Yep. Thank you very much. That's all from me, and I would like to pass back the floor to the secretariat. Thank you.